Hey guys, Crafty here from Living in Beta, and in this video we're going to take a look back at the two main methods you can use to create eddies post patch 1.5. I know we're all in limbo right now, waiting for news of when the next patch may drop, so what better way to kill your time than blowing your load on your heart's desires? Financially, of course. It's not that kind of video. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty of the eddy making methods, I think it's important to cover a couple of caveats that are not always mentioned, right? And this is more dictating around price and how you can reduce materials. So firstly, the level of your character really does dictate the price of the items that you craft, and this is most prevalent when it comes to, you know, these legendary specs or any armor piece or weapon that you create. This won't be relevant though for target analysis, but we'll touch that base later. If you take, for example, this pistol here, I can sell it for 2,676 eddies at level 46. On my level 40 character, it goes for around 2,300. On my level 50 character, it goes for around 2,800. So it's very much important to know that your level does really dictate the price of the weapon you're selling. There's a couple of other things that dictate it as well. Firstly, the obvious one, when you get to level 20 tech ability and level 20 on the crafting XP bar, you can unlock crazy science, which is pretty much self-explanatory, right? Increases the sell price of items by 10%. Once again, not only are you selling items for more, but it also allows you to make more profit. I don't know if this works on target analysis, but I'm pretty sure target analysis is still set at 781 just because of the slight glitch that it's got with this price. Now, in terms of making profit, there's a couple of things that do dictate that as well, right? Firstly, cost optimization. This literally can be the difference between 5 or 6 crafting materials, which really does bring the cost down of the item that you're making. Getting 2 perk points in this is very important, and you will feel the difference if you don't have it. You'll see in one of the guides we talk about in this video, I'll have this, which is why maybe my item is easier to craft than yours, so just bear that in mind. Secondly, of course, you have got Ex Nihilo. Now, although it doesn't reduce the materials or bump the price, it does give you a 20% chance to craft that item for free. So inherently it is giving that item for free, which then gives you that profit for free at maximum capacity, right? And the other thing to touch on as well, because I don't think these crafting bars are very much looked at much, and they are very important. Not only do you unlock crafting specs, but you can see here already at level 3 you're reducing crafting costs by 5%. Yes, these are only little minimal amounts of percentage, but it is enough to make items be crafted for less materials than the next person, right? So just bear that in mind. When you're watching videos like this or looking at guides, bear in mind the person showing you it could have all these different caveats, which can cause things to be different in your playthrough. Right, now we've got that off my chest, let's get into the methods. Now, the first method we're going to touch on today is the well-known by now target analysis crafting method, and this is beneficial for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, you can see here I'm on my level 4 character, just to showcase really that this can be done at a very, very low level. The only thing you really need, the first thing you really need, is to be able to craft rare items in the true craftsman perk in the crafting tree. Now, this can essentially be picked up when making your character, right? All your levels when it comes to attributes are all starting at a base level 3, and you can add points in. As long as you're at level 4 or 5, you unlock the ability to take the true craftsman perk. So very simple and easy if you're not going to be a character that's going to really double down on crafting. Secondly, you are going to need a certain amount of eddies, and this comes to about 2,700 to 3,000 eddies. How do you make eddies? Well, very, very simple early game, right? The map has a multitude of places you can go and make some eddies. My recommendation is go around and just pop off some NCPD alerts and salt in progresses, do a couple of gigs. Even if it does say danger high or something like this, it's still usually manageable, and build up those eddies to the point that you need. Once you've got those two things, then it's about the location of getting the crafting spec. Now, we all know it comes from a lovely Ripper dock in a certain area. You're going to be in the Watson area. This is on a character that hasn't gone into Act 2 yet, but of course this is still relevant after that. And you'll come to the closest fast travel point being Pinewood Junction. You want to come to the Ripper dock that's here. Of course, there is a multitude of fast travel points around. You've got Kabuki Market, Kennedy North, anywhere that's easiest. It's just a stone's throw around the corner. Now, I will say, once you approach this Ripper dock, they don't always have the recipe to hand. a little bit of off-camera work, and I have found a scenario where this geezer has the recipe straight away. Just go into his trade menu. You can see here, craft inspect target analysis comes at 2,250. As long as you've got enough eddies, you can pick this up. Very simple and effective. If he doesn't have it in your shop, it's important just to run away and wait 24 hours. I have done a scenario where you can go to the end of this road here, and then you'll see the skip time is grayed out there. You can start skipping time just around this corner. But it has come to a scenario sometimes where if you don't go far away enough, he then still doesn't replenish his stock. So I like to come around this corner, skip 24 hours. You can always run through this alleyway here back to the Ripper dock. So what is target analysis? Well, if you go into the crafting window, it is here. You'll see it's very cheap to make with only 5 rare item components, 5 uncommon and 5 common. And it also has a 0 weight, which means you can make an unlimited amount. It's not going to mess up your carry weight. You'll also notice weirdly that it has a 0 cost when it comes to selling, right? It's important to bear that in mind because that's one of the reasons why it's not really affected by things like price increases from crazy science or even your level. Now the next thing you want to do is find your local shop that you can buy materials. Now closest to the Ripper dock itself, you've got a gun store or weapon shop here. I like to just arrive here to pick up materials. You can of course already arrive with enough crafting materials on your character, or you can also go to any shop that suits you. I know some people have special locations in the Badlands or somewhere near a shop that's closest to a certain area that they like, that they like to use. But for me, this is the simplest one, for especially when you're low level in Watson. We'll speak to the geezer. We'll skip through his conversation, and you'll pick up the materials you need. So of course, we just need rare item components. So we'll pick up 5 just to show the cost. So you've got 60 eddies here. We'll pick up 5 of the uncommon, which is 30, so you're looking at 90 eddies so far. And then we'll pick up obviously 5 of the common, which is 20. So you've got 110 eddies in material cost. And if we go outside, go into the crafting window, you'll see target analysis, and you'll be able to craft it. So we'll craft one of these, and go into our inventory and our backpack, and check out the sell price. The sell price itself comes at 781. So you're only spending about 110, 120 eddies, and you're making about 660 eddies per target analysis. It's super cheap and super easy to make. What I'll do at this point is I'll buy enough materials that my eddy amount allows, and I'll go back into the geezer here. Oh, there's a wall there. Go into the geezer here, skip through his conversation because he likes to chit chat, and then you'll go into the window here and just sell him back the target analysis, right? You can keep doing this until he runs out of until you run out of materials, or obviously he runs out of eddies. But if you're doing a rotation where you're waiting 24 hours and getting more materials, then of course it's super simple and easy. But yeah, that's target analysis. Easy to at lower level. You don't have to have unlimited crafting or unbelievable crafting to do so. And to be honest with you, it's the method I always fall back on when I need a quick buck. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so the next method brings us looking for a crafting spec for the gun named HJKE-11 Yukimura. Now this can be picked up during a NCPD alert mission, which is based down here in southern Hayward. You'll notice the NCPD alert will be here, with the closest fast travel points being Metro Glen South, but you'll have to hop a fence across the road, or you can quite easily come from Valentino Alley here, which you can see here where I'm based now. I'm doing a bit of a Spider-Man look down, Batman-ish thing, you know, but there's the fast travel point there. Now the plan is here, there is a lot of enemies you can see around here, but you want to kill the leader who will have the crafting spec themselves. You may already have picked it up naturally on your travels. I do want to point out as well though, not really like the first method, this is not for one who's a low level. You need to not only get into Hayward, which means you'll be in Act 2, but this will probably be very hard unless you're at least level 25, 30, maybe even up from there closer to 40. Now, for the first thing you have to do, of course, is pick off all the enemies in the area. So I'm just going to dispatch of them now. Excuse me while I do my Netrunner business. I know this is not necessarily what you're here for, but you'll get to see what happens once we pick up the spec. So let's just do a breach. Get rid of these 2 geezers here with a suicide. Get rid of this geezer here with a suicide as well. Pick off this geezer here with a suicide. I think there's a couple more around here as well. Probably suicide them, which is pretty handy. This person we can look at if he sits still. Gonna sit still? Alright, we're not gonna sit still. That's fine. Let's zoom in just for real clarity. Short circuit this geezer here. There probably is a couple more around. Let me just go down and look for them a second. Just make my way down nice and easy. We are playing on very hard, so we don't want to be picked off live on video. I can see the comments now. I'm right behind you, love. Let's get rid of this person here. We may have already picked off a leader, to be honest. This geezer here as well. Getting that classic breach, so he's blinded. I think we're right, but there may be one over here. Okay, there isn't. So once you've cleared the area, you can see NCPD alert now is gone because we cleared the area. That's the main reason of this. And you'll see on the map, top right hand corner, there's a legendary icon, which is because this person here has the crafting spec, as we said. So you'll pick this up. Now again, as we mentioned at the start of the video, the price of this will be very much dictated by your level. I am now on a character that's level 40, and we can sell the gun for 2,415. You can see here the crafting materials needed are 17 rare, which comes in at about 204 eddies, 17 epic, which comes in at 306, and then 3 Legos, which comes in at around 80 to 90. So you're looking around 600 eddies or so to make this, and then 2,415 to sell. So you're making about 1,800 profit. Now, of course, this character hasn't got the cost optimization perk set in, so we'll just quickly do that as well for reference. You can see it comes down to 11, 11, and 2, which makes it very, very juicy, coming under 400 eddies to be able to make this, which gives a solid 2,000 eddy profit. And again, as I said, my level 50 character gets nearly 3k for this weapon. You can see what I'm saying here, you're already making profit. I know target analysis is quick and easy. You don't have to double down in the tech tree to be able to achieve it. Of course, my crafting level is fairly high, so I'm benefiting from that as well. But even with crazy science, you can imagine this gun becoming very, very expensive to sell, which makes it even more joyous to make and do the job crafting it. So yeah, 2 different types of methods today, really. One for the low levels and quick and easy, I need a few thousand eddies, get it done. And one for the kind of bang for your buck, more work, but also more eddies down the line. And if you've got a lot of those weapons, yes, they have carry weight, but if you've got a lot of those weapons and you're at a drop point that obviously respawns 20k eddies at a time, you're laughing with this gun. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if you found any other eddy making methods in patch 1.5. Of course, these are the 2 that are still working quite comfortably. And of course as well, there is other weapons out there you can get and craft. Might not be as much profit, but still worth looking at if you want to. But yeah, leave all that information down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, use it, enjoy Cyberpunk while it's still here, while we're all waiting for patch 1.6. Don't worry, when it drops, we'll test these out again. Like the video if you liked it, share with your friends and family, subscribe for more content like this one, and remember, don't be a gonk.